Before we schedule our first event, I want to point out how different things are going to appear in your calendar. Events that have a specific start and end time will appear in the calendar next to the times that they occur with the full description and the times that are there. If it's an all-day event, such as a spirit day or a birthday, those all-day events always appear at the very top of the screen underneath the date. So to create a new event, you're going to head over to the left and click on the Create button. And when you click Create, you'll be given the options to start making your event. The first thing you're going to want to do is to title it. And then you have to have your chance to enter the times and the days it's going to occur. If it was an all-day event, this is where you would select this check mark right here. And you can see all you have to work with are the actual days. This is not an all-day event, so we can schedule it on April 7th. And we want it to go from 11 to 1:30. Once you've entered your days and your time, you could select Save and it will add it to your calendar. However, you can also start adding some optional information such as the location. The location could be a room number in your school or it could be a different address or location. When you're entering information into the location box, Google will offer suggestions to help you out. So for instance, if you were meeting at a Starbucks, you can start typing in Starbucks and it will start giving you suggestions on where that Starbucks might be based on your location. With a video call, your location could be a Google Hangout and you would enter that here. Google also gives you the opportunity to have multiple calendars. When you have multiple calendars, you can add events to whichever calendar you want. This would be helpful if you have a homework calendar and a class calendar, or if you have a personal calendar and a work calendar, or if you teach multiple different sections. Each section could have its own calendar. So make sure whenever you're creating an event, make sure you add it to the right calendar. The description is just more details about your event. This could be notes to you, or if there's other attendees, it could be notes to them. Anybody who has access to this calendar event would be able to see the descriptions. Google also allows you to add attachments to your calendar events. An attachment could be a file housed in your computer, such as a picture, a PDF, a Word document, or it could also be a Google document. When you click on it, you'll first be taken to My Drive, and you can select what you want to add to it by clicking on the check mark. Or you could click on Upload and upload a file directly from your computer. Anyone who has access to this event would then have access to that attachment. And you can see the attachment shows up right here. Now what it's warning you is that make sure guests have permission to access the attached files. That's because while everybody has access to the attachment, if you have not shared this file with that person or made it anyone with the link can view, they won't be able to see it. Sometimes it's helpful to color code events. You could color code based on subjects, you could color code based on topic, but when you look at your calendar, the events will be color coded based on your selection here. If you want to be reminded prior to an event, you would add a reminder. You can have a pop-up reminder, which will just appear on your screen, or you can have a reminder emailed to you. You also have the opportunity to change the time frame, whether it's minutes, hours, days, or weeks. One of the features of Google Calendar is a scheduling assistant, and there it will look at everybody who's invited to your event and find a time that all of you are free. It does that by looking at this area here, which is the available and busy area. By default, every event that you schedule will be marked as busy. But if you were scheduling events such as specials like gym, music, and art, where your kids are doing something and you are actually free, you can mark it as available. That way, when the scheduling assistant is trying to find a time for you to meet, it will know that you are actually available during that appointment. By default, everyone in Franklin has access to view the events on your calendar. If you are scheduling something like a doctor's appointment that you would like to remain private, you can select the Private button. When you select something as private, instead of seeing the details of the event, anyone viewing your calendar will just see it marked as busy. If you are scheduling an event that you would like other people to attend, you can invite them by adding their names in this box up on top. Everybody that you invite will appear in a list down at the bottom and will receive an invite when you click on Save. An email will then be sent out to everyone you invited, and they will have the opportunity to add that event to their own calendars. Looking at our calendar, we can see that the calendar event that we added on April 7th from 11 to 1:30 appears down here.